Hey guys, it's me. Shut up, Tyler. But guess what, guys? Let's not waste any more time. You already know what we're talking about today. Wrapping this up is Splatoon 3. Let's go. Alright, so thankfully, nothing too much drastically changed. So we'll kind of just knock out some of the earlier stuff real quick. That nothing too much has changed from Splatoon 2 onward. So we'll first start off with Salmon Run. Decent quality of life stuff, but the new stuff is that there's like this big boss guy like Godzilla, new bosses, and now you can actually throw your eggs into the basket, and you can get like a lot of other cool reward stuff now too. So that's pretty nice. Makes it a lot better overall experience playing Salmon Run. Ranked is now called Anarchy Battle, but all four modes return with minor changes with it though, but still pretty much fundamentally the same, although there is now the Series Battle, where if you win 5 battles in a row, you are able to rank up faster, which is very, very nice. As well as coming back, though, the Splatfest. Now, since this is Splatoon 3 different teams coming onto it here, and you're fighting it out too. But at the halfway point, you have these things called tricolor battles, where one team of 4 defends the middle, and then 2 opposing teams of 2 go and try to duck it out. If the 4-man team has the most points at the end, they win. But if one of the other 2 teams has more points, those 2 teams win. A little confusing at first, but after playing the most recent one, it actually makes a lot of sense, though. So it's actually pretty fun. But the best one so far that I will say is Story Mode. Combining both from the first and DLC versions from Splatoon 2, it originally starts off as like kind of similar, but then when you go on though, it plays a lot like Octo Expansion, which is really nice. I'm not going to spoil anything too much with the story, but I will say this makes for the best story from Splatoon, bar none. Let's start with some new weapons. There's a bow that kind of plays like a more mobile sniper, and then there's Splatana. Sucks. You got these new specials like this one like a crab. There's one that's like a wave breaker. They have this cooler thing. It's actually kind of neat with some of the new stuff about that. Yeah, so I mean, another quality of life thing too that you can do is a squid roll jump, where like you pretty much just go back and forth, and you can kind of scourge a little faster, getting out of enemy way. Not only that though, but the UI has definitely got a much needed improvement, where you can be able to chop in with people. You can have like all this stuff too, but why don't we also get into a little bit of the other stuff, like you're able to skip the news, thank God, 7 years later. You can have this thing called the splash tag, where you can make a new name that so you don't have to stick with your Nintendo Switch one, or whatever you want to go. It's just nice, but you can only change it once a month, just a heads up though. Something else, too, that they added was lockers. I didn't think this was something that this would have worked out really well, but honestly, this worked really, really well. And it's really cool seeing all the customizable stuff you can see with it, too. Why don't we get into the gear, which got a really big revamp. So, you do have seashells that come back, but you can also buy up slots, too. And then if you get to 5-star, you can get a little bonus stuff. Which is pretty neat, though, because I feel like that it gives you more incentive to do stuff with your money, which is really nice. Speaking of money, there's a new type of shop that you can have in the game called the General Store. Basically, this is stuff you can get with a catalog, and you can, like, level up stuff. Another nice thing, too, I liked was how the animations definitely got a nice step up. I didn't think it was that bad, but watching that, though, too, and the catalog is nice. It's like a season pass, like Fortnite, that you can play, though. But my favorite new thing so far is the card game, which is pretty much like building a deck, and you want to ink most turf to win. So kind of how this is played out is that you have 15 cards, but you have 12 turns. You basically got to make as much of this on the map as inked as your stuff, which is nice because you have different cards that you can play as. So your opponent may not have a similar deck to you, which is pretty nice. Honestly, it does take a little trial and error, though, but once you get it down, it's really fun. I love playing this. Like, I'll maybe play it, like, half hour a day or something, just trying to level up and stuff with it. So it's pretty cool. You get to play off with different characters and stuff. Probably like I said, my favorite new thing with this game. So why don't I get into my overall thoughts? You know, I gotta say, Splatoon 3 is like the attitude era of Splatoon. Okay, elaborating on that joke, Splatoon 1 was the golden age, Splatoon 2 was the new generation, and Splatoon 3 is now the attitude era, for those that don't know wrestling. Anyways, overall, I think Splatoon 3 is the best in the series, just improving on everything, making this honestly the best version of Splatoon that you could play bar none. But I didn't want to just end it here. I wanted to bring in a little help. So, for this video, I decided to bring on some friends and let them give their opinions on Splatoon 3. Okay, Catherine, what do you think of Splatoon 3?
Splatoon 2 is better.
I don't care what Tyler says. The Splatoon is a lot of fun. Quick, efficient, and it makes me embrace my inner Simon Blackwell.
I honestly believe that Splatoon 3, while it does have some problems, it does sort of balance itself out in a chaotic manner, and I think that is the theme of this entire game, as well as the number 3. You're going to notice a lot of the number 3 in this game, but it's not inherently bad. It's actually a really nice thing to work with. And as far as it goes, I appreciate this game for what it has to offer in terms of, both store, salmon run, and, it's impossible to describe how much heart that they brought to the game. And for that reason, I do like the game.
So, Splatoon 3, I really like, and I think it's an improvement over Splatoon 2, although I think some of the mechanics didn't really carry over well. Like, some of the maps changed for the worst, like Mahi Mahi, worst map ever. They still didn't fix the thing with the freaking rollers, and it still bugs me. But the story mode was good. I haven't finished it, but so far it's good. Let me think. Yeah, the fact that when you're in ranked, you can't, select an option to where you can, stay with a team, or, continue without a team, or even just change your gear. I hope they fix that. But all in all, it's a good game.
So, the lore development was interesting and set up potential future plot points with a lot of different stuff in history. The new subs and specials are a bit simple gameplay-wise, but very fun with unique designs. I really like the Reef Sliders. The new idols are very cool, especially Sibril with non-binary representation, but I do feel like the weapon balancing could have been better. RIP to my boy Undercover Umbrella. But overall, the game's really fun. Also, Dapple's Ruby's best main, by the way.
The main thing that I like about Splatoon 3 is that they fixed some things with their hitboxes. For example, like with the Flingza Roller really has some better hitboxes than it does with Splatoon 2. And can we just talk about how clean the UI is? It's just splendid. But is splendid even a word? I don't know. The main thing that I love about it is with its new customization and everything. And I think the only bad thing that I have to say about it is, for the love of God, fix your connection issues. I think that's all I have to say about it. Take care.
Hey guys, I just think I'd hop in to talk about the Charge Stringer. The Charge Stringer may seem very underwhelming at first, but if you think that, you're playing it wrong. The bow is a charger-expulsion hybrid, and it's more focused on chip damage and displacement, while also being able to turn a one-shot like a charger. The bombs the shots leave is extremely powerful and can displace many enemies. One of the most powerful things about the bow is its ability to hit behind walls. You can arc your shots to hit behind them, capturing and killing enemies, kind of like an explosion would. Anywho, I think Splatoon 3 is a major step up compared to the two other games, and as long as they fix the connection issues, bugs, and make some weapons better like the Undercover Umbrella, it will remain the best Splatoon game.
So I think Splatoon 3 is a really, really fun game, and I think everything about it is just really fun. Like, story mode is obviously amazing, and Salmon Run is also really fun too. Deep cut. And I really like the whole chaos theme it has. Sure, it has a bit of issues right now, but I think Splatoon 3 is still a really fun game and a huge improvement of Splatoon 2.
Splatoon 3 is the Splatoon formula honed to near perfection. The movement in the game feels so much better. People have already figured out how to wall jump and squid surge to speedrun story mode by skipping required areas, and that is amazing to me. Every special they added in the game feels great to use and fight against, except for missiles. Finally, I can play a Rainmaker or Tower Control game without getting stingrayed on the objective and being able to play the game. Story mode is really, really good. Hopefully the DLC is even better. Honestly, the only thing that they need to work on is the communication errors, but I'm positive to those that will be patched out over time. Looking forward to whatever new and cool things they can put into the game to make it feel like Splatoon. Splatoon 3 is a lot of fun and definitely the best installment in the series. It's very fast and frantic with a lot of personality and content, even though it hasn't received any content updates yet. Definitely the best shooter of the year, highly recommend, and if you use the reflex, I will come to your house and...
Nice shot!
Splatoon 3 is really something. I don't know how to put it into words, but there's a lot to do in the game. There's a story mode, online, salmon run, and this new thing called table turf battles. You can play solo or with friends. There is a variety of weapons you can try/play with, and the characters are very vibrant and lovable. There's also going to be monthly events, free updates, core content improvements to the game, for 2 years for $65 online, and new DLC that'll be coming out. Not only that, but to Neptune's experience with the community has been very welcoming and wholesome. Man, we're done. But man, this was a lot of fun to make. Thank you all for watching the Splatoon retrospective. It has been a lot of fun to make, and it has been a big project that I wanted to do this year, and I'm finally glad that I got to go through with this. For those that do know, I am a big fan of Splatoon. Even recently, I just got a job as a part-time Splatoon esports coach, so I've been having a lot of fun with that. You've seen a couple of my students play with the clips. But speaking of, thank you for everybody who wanted to be a part of the video, giving out their voice, their opinion, everything like that, though. And especially Hawaiian, I want to give you a special shout-out, dude. You've helped me get some of the clips here. I really do appreciate that a lot. Anyways, I really do enjoy Splatoon, and I hope that you give it a shot. And yeah, I just want to say thank you for that, and thank you for everybody who's recently found the channel. Thanks to Remember the Restaurant and all my other food video. Trust me, I'm going to try to balance out that stuff with this stuff, but until then, thank you all for watching. But I do have one last surprise for you. I do have a special blooper reel. Why don't you go take a look for it? Thanks for watching, guys, and until then, bye-bye.
Doodly doodly doot 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 doot.
Pop. When I tell you to start, then just talk about whatever, okay? Okay, start.
There was once a mysterious dinosaur roaming the forest. It was not heard from since the days of Jurassic Park, but we now know of it now. As it seems to be walking in the distance, there happens to be a man. Yes, the man has no idea that this dinosaur exists, but who doesn't know that it's right behind him. And it's going to be too late as he meets the weird...
You gotta keep that one. You know, I don't care what Tyler says. The Splatana is a lot of fun to use, especially when it makes me feel like my inner...
Okay, you know what? I think it would actually be a pretty funny idea if they brought back the SpongeBob versus Patrick Splatfest. But, you know, they just made it... But they had Squidward. You know what? Fuck it. You know what? Let's just all put Squidward in there. Let's put Squidward, handsome Squidward. That Squidward, that's on crack.
Squidward. Wait, you're Squidward, I'm Squidward, he's Squidward? What? I'm Squidward. Is there any more Squidwards that I need to know about?
Meow.
Oh my god.
I'm out of here.
Just...